Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Cade Cunningham Detroit Pistons video. I guarantee you, man, in 1, 2 months, 3 months at the absolute max, Cade Cunningham will probably be the favorite in the Rookie of the Year race. Now, obviously, the reason I believe he's number 3 right now, the reason he's so low, he's so underrated right now. It's actually absurd. We'll talk about that here in a second. First off, the Detroit Pistons are not having a good season. They're also having a bunch of injuries. Kelly Olynyk, Jeremy Grant. But the roster is just not that talented. No disrespect to the Detroit Pistons, but they're obviously in year number 2 of the new rebuild. So it's going to take a little bit. But also, he didn't play in the preseason. Didn't play to start the season, and he was dealing with an injury. So Cade has flown under the radar the entire season. I mean, this kid is averaging, 17, 5, and 6 on the season right now. In just the last couple of weeks, he's going 23, 5, and 5, shooting over 50% from downtown, shooting over 50% from the field. And keep in mind, he's shooting 50% from downtown. You're thinking, maybe he's taking like 1, 2 threes a game. He's taking 7. He's taking 7 threes per game. He has had 4 games with 5 or more threes. He joined some very elite company with a cat named Steph Curry, who just broke the all-time NBA three-point record. So what I'm trying to get at here is Cade Cunningham, with as little as he has to work with right now, has been playing absolutely phenomenal, especially as of late. But before we go any further into this video, guys, if you enjoy it, you like daily NBA content, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are 285 subscribers away exactly from 10,000 subs, trying to hit it by the end of the year. We've got about a little less than half of a month. So if you guys enjoy this video, if you like Pistons content, you like NBA content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Every like really helps out the algorithm. So thank you to all my returning subscribers as well for hitting that like button, because it really pushes the video out to new people. Like, you would be surprised. I know I emphasis on this a lot, but it's because it's true. So with Cade Cunningham, I mean, you see this Rocket flag behind here. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I'm a big Rockets fan. What I was saying all offseason before the draft is Cade Cunningham's a generational basketball talent. Now, because of the flag, I like Jalen Green. I'm content with Jalen Green, but I was a very big fan of trading up in the draft for Cade Cunningham. I always thought it was kind of ridiculous to think that the Pistons were going to trade the rights to the first pick. It makes sense to listen to the offers, obviously, because you never know. You might get something that just blows your shoes right off you, but for the most part, I mean, Cade was not going to get traded, right? We were saying all offseason, we're dealing with a generational basketball talent here. Generational basketball talent. I couldn't really name you a thing that Cade can't do. Obviously he can score, but he can pass, he can rebound, he can defend, he can catch and shoot. He's shooting 42% on catch and shoot threes this year. He can play make. He's a leader. He's very vocal. Kevin Durant praised him. Dwayne Casey praised him. And the moment I knew that, the moment that I was reassured Cade Cunningham was going to be a stud, superstar in this basketball league was I forget which game it was when they played the Houston Rockets, but Pistons versus Rockets, you had number 1 versus number 2, Jalen Green versus Cade Cunningham. It was on ESPN. It's probably the only ESPN game that both teams are going to get, unfortunately. But what ended up happening is you had Jalen Green, who, we all kind of know Jalen Green is very cocky. What's crazy is Jalen Green is kind of one of the most hated players in the league already, and he's played like 15 games. But what happened was Jalen Green goes home and throws it down. Jalen Green was having a good game against the Detroit Pistons until that moment. It's like the third quarter, throws down a dunk, and flexes and chirps on Cade Cunningham. And you know what Cade Cunningham did? Nothing. Cade Cunningham didn't do anything. And there's something I learned from a little guy named Kevin Durant, who is the MVP favorite right now, several-time All-Star, several-time champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it. the list can go on and on. But one thing Kevin Durant does is he never lets his emotions get a hold of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kevin Durant could nail a game-winning three, and if you had no context prior to that three, you probably wouldn't know it was a game winner. I mean, Kevin Durant is pretty humble out there on the basketball court. And so Cade Cunningham gets flexed on by number 2, Jalen Green, who spent all offseason talking about, from draft day to the first preseason game. Oh, man, I didn't get picked number 1. I'm taking it personally. First off, the number 1, just the life advice for everybody out there. The number 1 thing you shouldn't do in your life is to take things personal, because that's stupid. It's selfish, assuming it's all about you. Jalen Green comes out here and he's like, I'm taking it personal. I wasn't drafted number 1. I'm taking it personal. Cade Cunningham schooled his ass the rest of the game. He clamped his ass up. Clamped him up, put on an offensive performance, put on a defense performance, and got his team to a victory. After the game, it's not like he came out and said, yeah, man, F Jalen Green, that dude's one cocky motherfucker, like, screw Jalen Green. That's not what he did at all. Cade Cunningham is so humble that he knows he's here for bigger and better things than to argue after a dunk or trash talk back with Jalen Green, who was shown nothing after X amount of games to be deserving of that trash talk, first off. But Cade Cunningham is just, there's something about him. And I fully anticipate Cade to be a 17-7-7 player at the absolute worst. Detroit right now, they're not, I don't mean to say they're screwed, wrong choice of words. They're in a tough situation right now, because the thing is with Cade is he turns the ball over a lot. That's probably the biggest weakness with Cade Cunningham, is he turns the ball over quite a bit, as almost every rookie does, so keep that in mind. And, also keep in mind, I mean, he's playing with, some of these Pistons players are just not, you compare them to a team like the Milwaukee Bucks, they're just not on that level. So, yeah, they'll drop it, they'll stumble it, and, Cade will get caused with the turnover. But Cade controls basketball games. He controls basketball games. And what's so crazy is the talent around him is not that great right now. I mean, they're even without Kelly Olynyk right now. They're without Jeremy Grant. Cade Cunningham is a phenomenal pick-and-roll player. Jeremy Grant isn't really known for his pick-and-roll game. The only player on the Pistons who is good in the pick-and-roll is probably Kelly Olynyk, who's been out for pretty much the whole season. So the quality of teammates he has around him right now, compared to what it will be in 2, 3, especially like 5 years from now, is not even close. So Cade does a lot of phenomenal passes every single night that you don't even really see or hear about or notice or give any attention towards it whatsoever, because whoever's getting that ball is probably not making it. So Cade Cunningham could be averaging, he's averaging over 5 assists per game right now. He could be averaging 8, 9 if he was on like a good, especially 3-point shooting team. But what Cade does so well is, first of all, he can finish at the rim. He can finish with his left hand. He's shooting over 50% from inside 10 feet. One of the biggest issues with Cade Cunningham is that he hasn't been aggressive enough. He's taken, I think, like 5 attempts inside 10 feet per game. He's shooting over 50%. So, this kid can finish, he can score, he can shoot, he can defend, he's a leader. And like I said, especially on the defensive end, Cade's the whole offense right now, right? So Cade's the whole offense, and also he's kind of like the defensive anchor in that backcourt duo. He is the defensive anchor there. So they're asking this 19-year-old kid to do a lot, and he's up for the challenge. He is 100% up for the challenge. So, Cade Cunningham, I think he'll be Rookie of the Year. I still think he'll be Rookie of the Year. I thought he was going to be Rookie of the Year before he even got drafted. When the season started, I still think he'll be Rookie of the Year, barring any, crazy injuries. Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes are very talented basketball players, but I think Cade Cunningham, once they at least get Kelly and Jeremy back, they're going to start to win a little bit more. And you're going to start to see Cade Cunningham in the highlights. You're going to start seeing him in the, papers, videos, that type of thing. So Detroit right now, they just got to be patient, because they're about to get another really, really high draft pick. And this team, Troy Weaver knows exactly what he's doing. So if I'm a Pistons fan, yeah, I mean, it's frustrating right now at times, but you have Cade Cunningham. You're going to be just fine. That's it for today, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Drop your comment on who is going to be Rookie of the Year by the end of the year. And yeah, that's it. Peace.